On June 29, 1995, the Sampoong Department Store in Seoul, South Korea, suddenly collapsed in just 20 seconds, killing 502 people and trapping hundreds under rubble. And executives knew the building was failing, but kept it open to maximize profits. Before we continue, would you mind liking this video and subscribing to our channel? Now let's discover one of the deadliest building collapses in modern history. The Sampoong Department Store was a five-story luxury shopping center in Seoul's wealthy Gangnam district. It opened in 1989 and was hugely popular, attracting thousands of shoppers daily. But the building had been doomed from the start. It was originally designed as an apartment complex with a light steel frame. During construction, the owner changed the design to a department store without proper structural reinforcement. The owner also added a fifth floor that wasn't in the original plans. Worse, he installed a heavy traditional Korean restaurant on the rooftop with a heated concrete floor, adding massive weight the building couldn't support. By early 1995, cracks began appearing in the ceiling. Employees reported hearing loud cracking sounds. On June 29th, executives were warned that cracks on the fifth floor were widening rapidly. The building was clearly about to fail. Here's the most criminal part. Executives evacuated themselves and closed the top floor restaurant, but kept the department store open to the public. They prioritized one more day of sales over human lives. At 5:52 p.m. during peak shopping hours with approximately 1,500 people inside, the fifth floor's roof suddenly collapsed. The entire building pancaked in just 20 seconds, each floor crushing the one below in a catastrophic chain reaction. The collapse was so sudden that shoppers had no warning. One moment people were shopping, the next they were buried under tons of concrete and steel. The building became a tomb for hundreds. The death toll was horrific. 502 people died and 937 were injured. Most victims were young women who were shopping in the cosmetics and clothing sections. Entire families were wiped out. Rescue operations continued for 17 days. Miraculously, some survivors were pulled from air pockets deep in the rubble. The last survivor, a 19-year-old girl, was rescued after being trapped for 17 days with no food and minimal water. The investigation revealed shocking criminal negligence. The building's structural columns were too thin. Air conditioning units on the roof had been repeatedly moved using heavy equipment, weakening the structure. Warning signs were ignored for months. The building owner, Lee Jun, and his son were convicted of criminal negligence. Lee Jun received 7.5 years in prison, later reduced. The architect and construction executives also received prison sentences. The Sampoong collapse became a symbol of corruption and corporate greed in South Korea's rapid development period. It sparked major reforms in building safety regulations and engineering oversight. Today, a park memorial stands where the department store once was. The disaster remains one of the deadliest peacetime building collapses in history, a stark reminder of what happens when profit is prioritized over safety. That's your ultimate history knowledge bomb. If this preventable disaster shocked you, smash that like button. Subscribe to 3 Min Knowledge for more tragic building failures.